What is up, FBI fam? You are locked into another sweet, sweet episode of the Filthy Beat Inspectors podcast. I'm your co-host, Yessie, and then I got my girl, Chrissy, right on the other line over here with me. So today, we detained the ice cream man himself, Shizz Lo. What is up, fam?
What's good, everybody? Shizz Lo here.
Hell yeah.
Happy New Year.
Super happy to have you on the show. Where's your ice cream?
And 3, 2, 1.
2 hours later.
We got 2 different size spoons. We might get crazy tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Shovel it in.
Shovel it in. White chocolate, raspberry cheesecake. Here we go. One time for the real ones. What do you think?
Load it in there.
We're loading it in there. We got to get the chunks. Here we go.
Scoop her down. Oh. Love that. Love that for you. There's dinner.
It's okay. 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, you gotta tell us, what the hell is your obsession with ice cream? Like, why ice cream?
Yeah, so it's interesting, right? I obviously get this question all the time. I feel like some artists, like, they kind of they try to focus in on something as like a gimmick or like. And I think that sometimes people will be like, yo, like, haha, funny ice cream guy. And I'm like, no, I really do like ice cream. And that just kind of sort of happened. A couple of my roommates at the time had, I was like literally chasing the ice cream truck down the street from my house, and they like record. It wasn't like I was, I was chasing it. I was chasing the ice cream truck. And I was like running after it. Cause where I live in the city, they're like up and down the street all the time. And they hit me with the iPhone slow-mo, posted on Instagram, and like kind of didn't go viral, but like, yeah, it was just like, I was the ice cream guy after that. So I just started running with it, and here we are like 4 years later.
Damn, 4 years. Wow.
Like 3 or 4 years has been like, yeah. So now it's like, we make ice cream dubstep now.
Creamy.
Yeah. So you haven't even made your own ice cream yet, have you?
Okay, so I've had a few offers, but I'm like really holding out. I want to do something big, and nothing's big. Like, you know, I've got some like cool local people who have like reached out trying to do some like flavors with me or like pop-ups and different stuff like that. But like, I don't know. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it like the right way. And I already have the flavor picked out and like everything.
All right, give us the deets. So like in a perfect world, what would be you going big on the ice cream flavor?
This was never supposed to happen.
Phil.
Yeah, but it did happen. So you run with it, right? And everybody likes ice cream, right? I hope for the most part. I have a couple of friends who are like, I don't like sweets, and I'm like, I feel like you're saying that because you don't want people, right? Like, oh, I'm not really into sweets. I'm like, yeah, you do. You eat ice cream. Everybody like, unless you're lactose intolerant. But and even then, you could still have like the.
There's still plenty of options.
Almonds.
There's so many options, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, and then like Mr. Softy, which is a whole other. That's like the best one. But in a perfect world, there's like 2 different things. It's like obviously like something along the lines of like a Ben and Jerry's collab, or like, I mean, that's it's a reach, but like maybe not. Maybe, who knows? You know, so something like that, or like even like maybe another company that's like along the lines of commercial ice cream. And but no, I would also love to eventually maybe open up like something where it's like a pop-up, or like have my own truck that isn't stolen. And it's, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far down the rabbit hole the ice cream goes. Cause I do have like a lot of other music that has nothing to do with ice cream, believe it or not. So yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned like you have a flavor in mind and you're getting a little bit of traction on these offers, because that to me kind of reminds me of like Kim K and all these celebrities making perfumes. Like that's what they do. That's what the celebrities do. But like you're in your own lane, and like this ice cream project, dude, if you could land a Baskin Robbins collab or like a Cold Stone collab. Like that, right? Yeah. And then you could even only have the exclusive flavor be available at your shows, like have your truck pull up outside.
There's so many different like ideas that like me and my friends and my manager, like we've all tossed around, and it's all like the one thing that I do want to do, and I'm like working on a way to do it in a way that's like legal, is I would love to like pull up to different cities with an ice cream truck. And I don't know if you saw the live stream that I did with Space Yacht, but
yes,
I would love to do like pop-ups in different cities and perform like on top of the ice cream truck, and then like have like different special guests, like whoever's like really popping in that city, have them come and play like a set, and just have that like be a thing where, I don't know, like maybe something where it's like you have a phone number that you text to find out like when it's happening, or like something like that, where it's like super exclusive and like, you know, kind of like the day before announced type of thing. And
I feel like the guerrilla marketing. The possibilities are endless with your brand. Like you can guerrilla market so many different ways. You can put like a little, like a coin in the ice cream cone, and then have them get to the bottom and find like this coin that says like you won a free track.
Oh, that's real next level shit right there.
Yeah. See, have it be like a unexpected guerrilla marketing effort.
Yeah. I feel like I do that with like a lot of my stuff, like all my merch drops, like they all, like I've never had one that didn't sell out like within 24 hours, like everything. I guess like you could call it like hype beast marketing, but like I don't know, for some reason, like it works with I hate saying the word brand. Everybody fucking talks about the brand. And you got to understand how many times people ask me about like the ice cream brand, and I'm like, and I just called you guys. I can't say that.
Don't do that again.
You guys.
That's strike one.
That's strike one. And
strike one.
We'll see you at the court tomorrow at 4:20.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll be there early in 69 hours. So.
Okay. Yeah. See you at 7:10.
Oh man.
Trying to make numbers jokes over here. Jeez, it doesn't work. 69 and 420 are like the only ones.
Yeah.
Ends up being awkward, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go fuck myself.
We're all like,
like, oh, my mom's here. Gotta go.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. Well, hey, switching gears here. So talking about ice cream over here, you actually dropped your most recent track, Ice Cream, and we saw your music video. And dude, you filmed that in Iceland? Like, how did that, did you purposely just go to Iceland just to film the music video, or were you planning a vacation there and you thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to film for the music video? Like, how did that all happen?
Okay, so my homie Matt Henry, who's like a really, really dope videographer, he works like with like a ton of people in electronic music. He's done like music videos for like Timmy Trumpet and a bunch of different people. It's just like,
hell yeah,
dude is like super creative, has a really, really brilliant mind. And him and I, we kind of came up together. He was like one of the first people to shoot like one of my first festival performances. And so his wife, my girlfriend, similar age, like we have dinner together. It's a whole thing. But so we're close, and he like sent me a text one day. He was like, yo, tickets to Iceland are like $300 round trip, or like something like ridiculous. So I don't quote me on that, but like, yeah, like around there. It was really cheap tickets. And he's like, you need to make an ice cream song. And I'm like, because at the time was like the whole thing where it was like this ice cream thing was happening, right? Where I chased the ice cream truck and then I started like running with it and doing like different pop-ups in the city that I did the gelato collection with this clothing company called Ethic, and like where it was like, where each t-shirt was like, I was the gelato collection. So it was like strawberry, which was pink, then vanilla, which is cream colored shirt, and then mint, which was like a green one. It's actually really dope. But yeah, so he was like, you gotta do this ice cream song. So I'm like, all right, but what does that have to do with Iceland? And he's like, we're gonna go to Iceland. He's like, and we're gonna go to, all these different places, because he had been there one time before and he had already like kind of knew the lay of the land. But it was in the dead of the winter, like so. And you always hear people say this, like, like Greenland's icy and Iceland's green. Like, I don't know who the fuck made that shit up. Like, that's not a real thing.
That is not accurate.
Yes, Iceland was like very icy. You have to know how to drive stick, and which I don't. Luckily, he does. And like the tire, like their cars have like specific tires, and like it was a really really crazy trip. It was actually awesome. But so like on the flight there, I just started like kind of writing like an ice cream 16 bar loop on the airplane, just kind of like. Da, 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 da. And I in my mind, I was thinking of like the Mr. Softy jingle. So I was like, playing all the different notes. And so literally when we were there was no song. There was like barely even a beat. Like it was just like we were buying boxes of ice cream, and the ice cream in Iceland is terrible. It's not good at all. It tastes like I don't know. Maybe I went to the wrong place, but like the stuff we were getting from the grocery store, like it was like 12 in a pack or whatever. It was like these ice cream cones, but it was like Cool Whip in an ice, like frozen Cool Whip. And like, it was very light and like, just not like pleasant to like eat like 12 a day, which is what I was doing because we were shooting so much. I was like climbing waterfalls and like we were in different glaciers and like doing like all these ridiculous things. Meanwhile, I'm like, freezing cold, and I have this jacket on with like ice cream cones like stuffed all in it, and like it's just a whole ridiculous scenario. But yeah, there was no ice cream song written at the time at all. We came home and I started writing one, and that was like kind of like a 6 month, like the idea was there, but like I wanted it to be a certain, I don't know. It just took a little bit longer than normal. Like a lot of times, like I'll sit down, I'll write a song, it takes like 2-3 hours. I'm like, great, this is done. Send it off to labels, see who's interested. That's it. This one like kind of took a long time, which is interesting for me. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. We were going to release it. It was actually, I'm not like going to put names to any of this, but it was actually signed to 2 other labels.
Okay, I was gonna ask if a label wanted it or if you wanted it to be exclusively self-released.
Yeah, so there's 2 different labels that wanted it. It was actually signed to, it was signed to one, and then another label had put an offer on it. So the one label that wanted to sign it, they sent us the contract, and it was supposed to come out like right before the pandemic hit. So it was like, we didn't know what to do with it, because I knew it was like, I mean, it's fun to listen to at home, but it's definitely more of like a festival record, right? And so, we just kind of were like waiting, and then like the label kind of like shelved it, but like, I don't blame them for that, right? Like there was nothing going on. There was no shows, and people didn't even know what the coronavirus was, right? Like everybody was still trying to figure it out. You're supposed to like, every time you get a grocery, you're supposed to like wipe it off. And like, I was just so ridiculous, the shit that we were doing. But
I was just talking about that. I was wiping everything down. Yeah, we were stockpiling.
And my dad is like, he's a great man, but he's like one of those guys who's like, Sean, you got to go to the grocery store right now. This is bad. and he's like, stock up. Me and mom already went, get all, and I'm like, oh my, like, I'm like, all right, yeah, listen to he's a pretty successful dude. I'm like, all right, gotta listen. So I'm at the grocery store, I'm getting all this stuff. It's just so ridiculous. But anyways,
I totally remember that.
thank God
that was a vibe.
That was such
not
a
in a good
vibe.
way.
And thank God we're not dealing with that stuff anymore. But
Facts.
yeah. But what was I saying?
So the label shelved it. You were uncertain.
Yeah.
Them.
So we just were like unclear on like what was going on. So they actually decided that label in specific was like, we're not going to put out any music for a little bit. So they're like, hey, they're really cool about it. They're like, if you want to hold on to it, we'll release it once like, shows start back up, or if you want to take it like, and do, self-release or release it on another label, like feel free. They were super, super awesome about it. Sent it to another label. They sent an offer. Offer wasn't what we wanted. We went to Create Music Group, who they've been awesome to work with. They just recently did like the 6ix9ine album and like a bunch of actually like non-EDM stuff, but they've been really, really awesome to work with. I've had a really great experience with that. And yeah, that's the home that, so it almost looks like a self-release, but it's with Create Music Group, which is really cool. Yeah. And I'm really, really happy with it. It's been picked up by like editorials all across the board, except for Spotify.
Yeah, the hardest one.
Spotify, tell them they need to pick it up. But no, I mean, if somebody was to ask me like, how do you feel about the drop? Like, what I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Like I'm very like the overall like fan engagement, response, like everything. When I play it out, people go nuts. So like I'm happy.
We got to get you out here to Denver.
Yo, I would love to. Like, it's kind of one of those things where we're being kind of like picky about where I play, but like for good reason, like there's just like a ton of promoters that'll reach out and sometimes it's just not necessarily the right fit. But I was talking to my buddy Ching, who I don't know if you he moved out to Denver, and he was like, dude, he was telling me about all the different venues, and Denver just like seems like an awesome place to just first off live, but also play at. I know that is it like the bass capital or something like that?
Hell yeah, it is.
Is that like
we know it is in our hearts. People try to rebuttal us, but we don't think they're right. It's definitely the bass capital of the world.
Who made that rule? Who's like this is the bass capital?
It's the street reputation that developed over the last few years, and I feel like we are the ones to continue to enforce that. We enforce the laws in the world of dubstep, and this is our narrative that we want to keep up. Bass capital here in Denver. I'm
not going to fight you on that.
We are the Dubstep FBI, so you do as we say.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I'm wearing the glasses. I got to keep my poker face. I'm not going to fight you on that. I got nothing to say.
We'll get that on the record.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. I have heard some rebuttals, but you know what? I'm going to continue drinking my water.
Hey, until someone invites us out to Montreal to experience whatever the heck it is they've got going on up there, then we're going to continue to coin that.
I've heard some things about Arizona too. I've heard some really good things about Arizona. I've heard some things about Montreal.
Orlando, I guess Florida.
I mean, Florida's really jumping off right now. Like I guess we can all collectively say that like they're absolutely killing it. I think like the one thing about Florida is, and I don't know about like Denver. Does Denver have like a main strip where like all the venues are? Or is it like you have to drive
necessarily
to the venue and it's like the venue is a parking lot, you park your car, you get it's like a whole thing to get to the venue. So just from my experience in Florida, like especially like Orlando, like you go, you play at the club, you like get out of the club, you're like outside, like it's like 3:00 in the morning, everybody's having a blast. Like there's like 3 other clubs on the strip. Like I just think like that vibe is so, Miami, Orlando, every city there has like really cool venues too. Tampa, what else?
Yeah, Orlando, Tampa. I've never been to Jacksonville.
Was it Fort Lauderdale?
There's a lot of colleges there too, which I think helps.
Yeah, yeah. And they just support, like I love like like even like the first, like the third, second tier guys that are playing at these places before the headliner comes, and like they come and like and the crowd shows out like super early. It's just a good vibe. Philly is an interesting vibe. They show out, but only if they want to, and that's with everything.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, I've heard mixed things.
There's been a lot of festivals popping up lately, like Firelights Festival recently, and then the Big Dup Festival. Like, there's a lot of festivals out there that have been popping up that I didn't even know about.
Big Dub's a legendary one. That's been around for a long time. I played that years ago. And then there's also like stuff like close by. You got Moonrise Festival and stuff like that. The Philly fans in general are interesting.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're great. It's just I don't know. Have you ever like seen like Eagles like games? Like
they're very colorful.
Same way all across the board. Like, if like my neighbor's like being loud right now, like you just tell them to shut the fuck up, like that's how people communicate out here. So it's a very like East Coast cutthroat vibe, so like fans out here are quick to judge, so whereas I think other cities it's like luckily I don't have a problem with Philly, but I think some people have, and I feel like other cities sometimes really just like, it's just great. Like you just go to the show. It's like 8 p.m. I'm like, the venue is full. How is this even even happening right now? It's not like that out here. So, but
yeah, that's how it is out here in Colorado. The underground scene is huge. They show out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All like they support all the local artists.
That says a lot.
Yeah, like we were in Minneapolis this weekend even, and I was super surprised because High Zombie and Bainbridge were playing. We were there for Doors, and there were like 15 headbangers waiting to get into the venue at Doors. I was like, this is awesome. Like, it's going to be a great turnout. And then it was a packed turnout.
Oh, that's cool. So it was High Zombie and Bainbridge?
Yeah. High Zombie and Bainbridge at the Loft.
They're both
on Friday.
Super dope producers. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did that, and then we drove to Fargo, and they did High Zombie, Bainbridge, and then they went back to back, which was sick.
Oh, cool! That's a nice little lineup.
Yeah, hell yeah! But I was surprised to see headbangers in a place like Fargo. What's that?
Was it Skyway?
We did Skyway on Friday.
Okay.
And then the aquarium in Fargo on Saturday.
Oh, dope. I've never heard of the aquarium, but I've heard like nothing but good things about Skyway.
Chrissy, was there an aquarium?
No, there wasn't. They actually painted fish on the wall though. So that was the aquarium vibe.
Well, then what the hell's the whole point of calling it the aquarium if there's no aquarium?
Oh.
That's lame.
And there's like no water. It was odd. It was basically a bar.
Y'all should investigate them next. Like, why is this not really an aquarium? Like, it says on the ticket here there's no fish.
Then we need to get them on that show, Tanked.
Did it?
No, I said we need to get them on that show, Tanked, so that so that they can get pimped out.
Yeah. For real. That'd be clutch.
Knock the walls down, and we need fish everywhere.
And sharks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
But give them earplugs. All right. Well, we're ready to jump into the second section of the interview. We have one question for you, and I've actually been wondering this since we interviewed Sweet Tea back in the fall. I know that you guys are roommates. What is it like living with him?
Yeah, we're actually we are no longer roommates.
Oh, bummer. There goes my question.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're no longer roommates. But I've known Eric forever. So it's like one of those things where he's like, I don't know, he's like my brother at this, I think for the first couple years, it was like, it was a blast, but then it got to a point where it was, especially during the pandemic, like everybody was so close. I'm like, all right, and my girlfriend was living with us. I was like, it's time for us to get our own place. So yeah. But no, he's an animal. It's Eric. I mean, he's probably one of the funniest people I know. But yeah, no, we did so much cool shit together, like working on music and like, you know, he's played a bunch of shows with me. He did like a few tour stops with me and Bach Nero, like 2019. But yeah, he's an animal. That kid he knows no boundaries. Cannot be
He's
stopped.
so nice. He has so many jokes too. Our whole interview with him was just like 40 minutes of straight jokes.
Yeah. That sounds like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be legendary to get a back-to-back set of you and Sweet Teeth out here in Denver.
We used to market, like that was like a whole thing. We used to market it as like Sweet and Low and everything. And I'm not gonna say who did it, but somebody stole it. Somebody stole. Yeah. Doesn't matter, because we don't throw shade here at the Dubstep FBI interview. But I'm gonna throw shade. So yeah, basically, yes, I saw a flyer like a month or two ago, and it was like too pretty. Like if I said the one person, you'd be like, oh no way. And yeah. And they did like a Sweet SUITE and Low LO, something like that. And I was just like, and they did the sugar packet too. I'm like, yeah, there's no chance in hell that was, you know, it was, yeah. Me and Eric have been doing that seriously for like 5 years.
Wow.
And you had coined that term, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like we played like a bunch of shit. Like we have been booked as that before. It's actually fun. Yeah. We go like those sets are all over the place. Like you might hear like throwback 100 BPM twerk music to like house to like dubstep to like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, those sets are a lot of fun. Eric's a madman.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I mean, we even had a submitted question, which brings us into section 3.
Okay, cool.
Hi, I'm Chopsticks was that. Yeah, Hi, I'm Chopsticks was asking, when are we going to get a Sweet and Low collab? You know, is that ever going to happen again, or is it done now that it kind of got jacked?
Oh, so we put out a song, like, I don't know when that was, like maybe 6 months to a year ago. As far as me like putting out a lot of collabs, probably not. Just kind of spending a lot of time actually by myself in the studio and just like, I don't want to say like working on a sound, but yeah, like I don't know. I have like probably like 18 to 20 like unreleased songs right now, and with like there's like some vocal features and stuff like that, but it's all just like I think the only record that I currently have that's a collab is one with Computer, which will be pretty cool.
Sick.
Yeah. He's a G. So yeah. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna like keep focusing on like the solo project for now and see like kind of where that takes me, and then. Cause like, you know, I spent a long time, like I did a lot of music with Bach Nero, with Dim Mak Records. And then I did a bunch of stuff with Eric. And like, one thing I noticed was like, when the pandemic hit, was actually kind of a good thing for me, right? It was like, I kind of got to reassess and reevaluate like myself, my career in dance music, like which direction do I want to go? What kind of music do I want to make? And like one of the decisions that me and my manager made was just like, you don't have to collab with anybody. Just like sit down, make music for yourself, see what you like, see what you don't like. And like, you know, there's a lot of songs that I'll probably end up throwing out, but like, I think people will, if people liked like the Drama Club EP and Ice Cream, they're going to really, really like the stuff that I'm coming out with like in the future. So, would I do more collabs like that? Like with Eric? Yeah, for sure. Just not currently. Maybe like a year or two down the line. Yeah.
Totally fair. Totally respectable.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to see those and see what you got in store for the rest of the year.
I mean, it's like, I'm kind of one of those producers, like, I don't know, it's interesting. I talk to a lot of guys and girls in the industry who are like, they're like, yeah, like I'll make a song in like 2-3 hours or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, me too. But I only make like 80% of it. So I have like, I'm currently sitting on a folder of like 20 songs that are all like 80%. So now I have to sit down and like finish all of them.
Pick the best
No,
four.
it's like not fun. That's like the worst part of it all, you know? So yeah, that's like where I'm currently at. So actually once we're done this interview, I'm gonna like dive in and try to finish all this stuff because a lot of people are interested. So excited to see where that goes, what happens with it. And yeah.
Yeah, well, you are in custody right now, so you're gonna have to hold off. And you only have one strike so far, so
Okay, that's good.
You're doing well.
You're doing well. You're still in the clear.
Cool. I feel like I've came to, I'm like, all right, can't say that. How are the glasses? Okay, cool. Can't tell my facial expression. All right, we're good.
We're not even sure if you're the real Shizz Lo.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Well, we got another submitted question. We
Okay,
got two
cool.
more from fans. So Do York was wondering, where did you get the name Shizz Lo?
That's a good one. I think a lot of producers kind of, they give themselves the name, right? Or like maybe one of their friends does. It's kind of like this thing where it's like a brand idea. It's like Shizz Lo. All right. So in Philly, particularly like West Philly, kind of where I hung out growing up, if your name is Sean, everybody says Shizz. Like, yo, what's up, Shizz? Like, that's just kind of like a nickname street type of Philly thing. So like, if your name's Sean, like out here, there's a million Shizzes. So I worked with a guy named Tone Trump, and if you Google him, he's pretty like legendary dude, like on the East Coast, actually worldwide, I'd say. Like, he's done a lot of really cool stuff, but he was like signed with Young Jeezy, and he was kind of like my OG for a while. Cause like my background is in hip hop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was like a turntablist, and well, even before that, like if we really, really, really want to go way back, like to like when I first started making beats and stuff, I was actually, it was right around the time when like DJs and bands were really cool. Incubus, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, like stuff like that was like really popping, and like the DJ was in the band, and like I just thought that was so cool. So my buddy John, they used to all like jam at his house, like a bunch of guys that I grew up with that all played different instruments. They started a band. I played the drums, but it was John's house. And if I was honest, he was a way better drummer than I was. So, you know, there was like a turntable and like a sampler in his basement that he had bought, or like it was his dad's or somebody. So I started like messing around with like taking different records and sampling them. And actually like, yeah, so like there's like an album or two out there with like me like scratching on songs and like putting different like samples on, like, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then shortly after that, I started diving into hip hop because it was pretty, like everything that I was doing was kind of like, you know, sampling records and different things like that, kind of was heading in that direction. But yeah, I linked with this guy, Tone Trump, who was just like, he really showed me like the music industry. And I was like, I guess I would say like I was kind of like an intern, like I was like kind of like street team, but like part of the gang type of thing. And he had this group called Top Notch, and we worked with like 50 Cent and like all of like, yeah, there was like a G Unit Philly. It was like something
wow.
Yeah. There's like I would say like with me, like there's some pretty cool history behind like the Shizz Lo, you know, name and stuff. So I don't know, I could really go for a while about it, but yeah, this dude Tone, he gave me the name. It was like, I don't know. Yeah. Shizz Lo. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He gave me the name. So, and it's always like, so I was like starting at like after like I was like running with these dudes and in different like hip hop studios and working with different artists and stuff like that. And shortly after that, I started playing in the clubs, and they would be like, "What's your DJ name?" And I'm like, Shizz Lo. Like, you know, it was like a nick. It's really a nickname more than anything. So yeah. And it was like, you are now in the mix with DJ Shizz Lo, like
DJ Shizz Lo, and then you dropped the DJ.
Yeah, we got rid of the DJ real quick. Yeah. It was really not great, but yeah. So here we are, Shizz Lo, and that's the name. Lots of, I mean, I could really go way longer than that, but that's like the short version.
Yeah. Well, we have one more submitted question. This one is from everyone's favorite rail writer. This one's from Yale.
Love Yale. We love Yale.
And he wants to know, what is it about ice cream that makes you scream? But it has to have the 2 emojis. So it has to have an eye emoji, a tongue emoji, and then another eye emoji at the end of the question.
Oh, what is it about ice cream that makes me scream?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just the song name. He would ask that. Like, that's like, I'm like stumped. Like, do I scream when I eat ice cream? Like, no, I mean, should I? All right. Like, that's the next thing.
If you got a brain freeze.
Yeah. It's like, you ever seen like people put out the candles by screaming?
What? No.
There's like something on TikTok, like people like yell.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like they're like so funny. They're like screaming at
it would be a TikTok trend out of all things.
So funny, but like, I don't know, maybe I should be screaming at ice cream. I don't know. Like yell, what the fuck, bro? Like you had to hit me with like, I don't have an answer. You should
just make a TikTok trend and do like a Sullivan King type of scream and just scream at ice cream.
Yeah.
You won't.
I know, right?
All right. In order to be left off of custody, that's your homework assignment. You have to do that.
Okay. I have to do some sort of thing where I don't know. I just think the song in general, the Scream name, right? So it's Ice Scream is the song name. I don't know. So I think Grizz did an ice cream. So did Borgor. So I was like, I don't want to like do like Two Legends already did it. Like I'm going to, switch it around a little bit. And I think like certain parts of the song, like it kind of has like this drag bass that's for like, wow, so it's like kind of just works. Lick me till I scream. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Yale just wanted to have his small place in the interview because he loves you so much.
Yeah. He's the best. I think we were eating tacos at like 3:00 in the morning, like 2 nights ago. He's great.
Live for, build others up.
Hell yeah.
Build those around us up.
No doubt.
Sweet. Well, we got what we call the lightning round. I mean, earlier I said you had a homework assignment, but if you complete this lightning round smoothly, then I guess we'll let you off the hook.
All right. Okay. So do I need to
You'll get it waived.
Do I need to sit like Indian style? Yeah. All right.
All right. So first question. You can only pick one, tacos or ramen?
Tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Tacos for sure.
Yeah, and I gotta. Those are like, besides ice cream, those are my 2 favorite foods. Like, there's if you ever come to Philly, just hit me up because I got the spots for both of them.
For
ramen
tacos?
Tacos here are like, there's a few spots that are pretty good. I mean, I've been to Texas. I know other places have better tacos. I know a couple good spots, but Chinatown, like you're not gonna get better ramen than what I would show you. So, yeah.
All right, Chrissy, add that to the calendar. Add that to the calendar. Yeah, we're gonna go to Philly.
I would love to hang out. So yeah, come and or maybe I'll come to Denver for the first
Let's do them both.
FBI show. Do you guys do shows? Do you girls do shows? That's strike 2.
Ooh, strike 2.
Yeah, I mean, well, right now we're mostly just promoting shows because the first show that we actually throw, we want to do it up really big. We want to make sure
absolutely.
The lineup is curated in a very purposeful manner and that all the marketing is on point. Like it's going to be a very special event when we actually do throw our first show. But right now it's just promotion.
No, it's great. I love what you're doing. I love what you girls are doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Lightning round.
Okay.
Is that it? 2 more
Four
questions?
more.
Oh, 4 more.
4 more questions for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is for the rest of your life. Would you rather have just 1 pint of the Tonight Dough for the rest of your life, or would you rather have an unlimited supply of butter pecan for the rest of your life?
I can only have 1 pint. Like for the rest of my life, it's just this 1 pint. And I can only take like a scoop like every 3 months.
Yep.
You can only take a scoop after your releases.
Oh yeah, we got to go with the butter. I mean, the butter pecan. It's like, oh, it's such a whatever flavor, but like, I guess I gotta run with it. Like, we got to make sure that we're stocked up. Like, that's.
Mhm.
I feel terrible about this question. No, no.
I have a feeling that Yale might have influenced that question.
Yeah, he definitely. How did he know? Somebody knows my favorite and my least favorite type of, like, I don't really like butter pecan. Like, yeah, I just don't like it. But tonight does my favorite.
Well, we are the FBI, so we know everything.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I gotta.
All right. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Sweet Teeth, Bach Nero, and Brain Rack. Out of those three, who would you fuck, marry, kill?
All right, Brain Rack's getting fucked. Sweet Teeth's getting killed, and I'm marrying Bach. That's my guy.
Aww.
Yeah,
Can we come to the wedding?
Absolutely. Yeah, hoodie DM wedding. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sponsored by DUBSTEP FBI.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yale will be your ring bearer.
Yeah. But who's gonna be the flower girl?
Well, I was going to say Sweet Teeth, but you're going to kill him. So maybe Brain Rack will be the flower girl.
Okay, Brain Rack's flower girl. That's actually a good one. So if you ever ask, who would be the flower girl at your wedding? Who would be the ring bearer? what kind of food would you have at cocktail hour? These are all really important questions. Okay.
Yeah. Start thinking.
I am.
Yeah. Okay. What was the last show that you played?
The last show I played was on the Boogie T tour in Washington, D.C., and it was probably the most fun I've ever had at a show.
What venue?
It was a sound check in DC.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Sold out show. Subdocta, Boogie T, those guys are great. Sometimes when you're like you're like the support on a tour and you don't know the guys, sometimes it can be like a really weird vibe where you're like, trying to get to know people. And like, I've hung out with Brock like on one other occasion, but like, wow, what a just like he, and it just so happens that like, I released music on his label and everything, which is just like a whole other thing. But like, yeah, dude is like probably one of my favorite people in dance music. So nice. Just like totally goes out of his way to make everybody feel super comfortable. He's the man.
Mm-hmm. I actually met his dad at one of his shows at the Ogden.
Like
I ran into him. I was like,
they're like the same person.
Yeah, I was like, you're the dad. I can tell.
Oh yeah. He's the man. I don't even know what to say. Like what? And have you ever seen Boogie T live?
Mm-hmm.
So been a while for me.
So good.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't really like the wonky like dubstep stuff, like certain stuff you see live, like even if you don't necessarily love the music, like you're just like, this is so good. Like he is such a great performer. Mm-hmm. I would go see him 1,000,000 times.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. Love to hear it.
Big fan. Yeah.
All right, one more question.
Okay.
What is your favorite BPM?
It's definitely 150, or is it? I have a few favorites. Am I allowed to do that?
Rank them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So currently 150 is my favorite because it's like all I've been making recently, but like I love 100 BPM. I love like ass shaking, booty popping, like ratchet music, like New Orleans.
Like Yellow Claw, Twerk Amsterdam type of shit.
Yeah, like that stuff that was just like, it was just like, everybody was new to dance music for the most part. And like, it's just like you're going to the club and just ass is shaking everywhere.
Upside down girls on the wall. All the
so ridiculous. I mean, like, and now, like, if I saw, I would be like, yeah, this is kind of cringe, right? But like for the time that it happened, I thought that was like, that was so cool. Plus Mad Decent Block Party was like in Philly, so like that's like kind of like a big influence of mine. And 100 BPM, 150, and like who doesn't love house? I love house music. Like I even have a few house records, but like they don't. That would be something. Maybe side project one day.
Yeah.
A different alias.
Yeah, probably. Like it just wouldn't. It wouldn't. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense right now. But
Totally.
definitely has. I play it out all the time too. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any final words that you'd like to say to everyone who is tuning in?
Not guilty.
Final verdict.
What is final verdict?
The final verdict is that we might need to open this investigation even deeper. You know, we might need to continue with the case file and do a little bit more work just to get to the bottom of exactly what you have going on over there on the East Coast.
Okay. Am I being detained?
Well, we're handing this case off to our agent, Yale. So he'll follow up with you.
Yale on the rail. That's all right. He's easy. I'm good.
Yeah, that rail rider. He doesn't.
And we might have to fly out to Philly to do some in-person investigation as well.
Yo, absolutely. Come out and hang out. Yeah. It's a cool vibe out here.